Well, there she is. Hillary Clinton still dodging questions on the release of her Wall Street speech transcripts, this time claiming it wouldn't be fair unless everybody else did the same thing. Well, new details about those speaking engagements reveal that almost all of the 82 Wall Street firms that paid her have U.S. government interests. Fox News contributor and political editor at townhall.com, Guy Benson, joins us right now with reaction. Good morning to you, Guy.
Good morning, Steve.
I said 82 Wall Street firms. I don't think it was Wall Street firms. 82
Correct.
firms in all
That's right.
paid her a lot of money for her speeches, and then they wound up doing business with the government. There's no connection there, is there?
Well, this was an Associated Press report from this week showing that virtually all of those firms, as you said, across a bunch of different industries and sectors of our economy, had interest before the U.S. government, lobbying the U.S. government, trying to gain contracts and work with the government, including some of them at the State Department, some of whom personally lobbied and went after Hillary Clinton herself. So this will just raise more questions, I think, Steve, about the ethics of the situation and about her commitment to transparency, which she shockingly still touts from time to time,
Sure.
because she will not release the transcripts of those speeches, particularly the ones to Wall Street.
When she says, you know, I'll do it as soon as everybody else does it, isn't she talking about Bernie Sanders? He doesn't have any, so it's kind of a crazy argument.
Well, he has a fun rejoinder to that, which is, he's like, I am prepared now to do exactly that. I will release all of my transcripts to Wall Street. And he said it's very easy because there are none, and the crowd goes crazy. Look, Hillary Clinton knew exactly what she was doing in between her time at the State Department and running for president, and everyone knew she was going to run for president,
Sure.
including her, which is why I think her speaking fee was what it was. She knew what she was doing. She was asking for $225,000 at least per speech. And wouldn't you know it, all sorts of organizations and firms and companies that thought, it might be useful to curry favor with this woman.
Right.
They ponied up and shelled out, and she became very, very rich.
Absolutely. In addition to, she had to have a private jet. They had to fly some of her staff members out 3 days earlier to stay in, you know, luxury hotels and stuff like this. But part of her rider with her speaking fees or speaking arrangements was the fact that the company that she hired then also had to spend $1,000 to hire a stenographer to to write down what she said. What's interesting is, and then the company then turned it over to her. So, you know, she's in control of this. What would have been a lot cheaper would have been just to have somebody videotape it. Yeah. But then again, she probably doesn't want to be on video saying the things she said.
Well, that's exactly right. So you ran through some of those checklist items that she would ask for and she would get when she would speak, and she wanted a certain size of Gulfstream jet. This is a woman who hasn't driven herself anywhere since 1996. Yeah, it would be great to get all this stuff. I'm not throwing stones, but look, the one that you narrowed in on, I think, is the most interesting one. If you were demanding that your host pay $1,000 to have someone transcribe your remarks, it is awfully ironic that now she is hoarding those very transcripts and refusing to put them out. And why it matters, Steve, is at a recent presidential debate, I think it was late 2015, she was challenged on this by Bernie Sanders, by the moderators, and she said, well, when I spoke to Wall Street, don't you worry, I told those bankers to clean up their act. Okay, if we're to believe that, which does strain credulity because people who were there in the room have told reporters actually it was very cozy and warm. If she, in fact, did those things and was very prescient and speaking truth to power, she has the evidence.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see the evidence.
Exactly. Mrs. Clinton, tear down that wall, that stone wall, that is. All right, Guy Benson, thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday.
Of course, Steve.